South hits back as North Korea fires most missiles in a day. North and South Korea have fired a number of missiles into waters near each other's coasts in a marked escalation of hostilities. The North launched its most missiles in a single day, at least 23, including one that landed less than 60 kilometers (37 miles) off the south city of Sokcho. Seoul responded with warplanes firing 3 air-to-ground missiles over the disputed maritime demarcation line. Later Pyongyang fired 6 more missiles and a barrage of 100 artillery shells. The North says the launches are in response to large-scale military exercises current being held by South Korea and the United States, which it calls aggressive and provocative. On Tuesday, Pyongyang warned they would pay the most horrible price in history if they continued their joint military drills, seen as a veiled threat to use nuclear weapons. The North has tested a record number of missiles this year as tensions have risen. Wednesday's exchanges began with missile launches by Pyongyang into waters close to South Korea, triggering air raid sirens on Uljung, an island controlled by Seoul. Residents there were told to evacuate to underground shelters. One ballistic missile crossed the Northern Limit Line, NLL, a disputed maritime border between the Koreas. It landed outside South Korea's territorial waters, but it is the closest a North Korean missile has come. Seoul called it an unacceptable breach of its territory. Officials in the south said the air-to-ground missiles fired by its military landed a similar distance past the NLL off the North's coast. The tit-for-tat launches come as attention is focused on South Korea during a period of national mourning, following the crowd crush in Seoul at the weekend which killed more than 150 people. South Korean military officials at first said the missile the North had fired over the NLL was one of at least 10 launched in both east and west directions on Wednesday morning. They later updated the North's tally for the day to 23 launches, 7 short-range ballistic missiles and 16 other missiles, including 6 surface-to-air ones. The missile that came nearest South Korea was launched before 9 o'clock, midnight GMT, and landed about 26 kilometers south of the de facto border, 57 kilometers east of the coastal town of Sokcho and 167 kilometers northwest of Uljung Island.